What if I told you that one of the most explosive players of the last decade, Champions League winner, Bayern idol, and French star, confessed that his entire generation fell victim to a single man? Not to an injury, not to a bad coach, not to a losing streak, but to one player. Just one. And yes, that player is Lionel Messi. Frank Ribery, the winger who seemed to have fire in his boots, broke the silence and dropped a line that, if you really listen to it, isn't just a confession, it's a surrender. Messi ruined the Champions League for us. Just like that, no anesthesia. And he didn't say it out of anger or resentment. He said it with the calm resignation of someone who knows he fought against something unstoppable, as if Messi had been a perfect storm that crossed the path of an entire generation of stars who, no matter how much talent they had, simply couldn't overcome him. And this is where the story gets interesting, because Ribery isn't alone. If you look back at the golden years of Guardiola's Barcelona, you'll find a list of players who, in any other era, would have won it all. But they just happened to face Messi at his most devastating. The Messi who didn't just score goals, but dismantled tactical systems, erased defenders, and turned finals into exhibitions. How many times did we see Bayern, Arsenal, United, Milan, PSG, Chelsea, Real Madrid, everyone, fall before that Barcelona built around Messi, who seemed to play with another joystick entirely? Ribery experienced it firsthand. In 2009, when Bayern dreamed of lifting the Champions League, they ran into that Barca and got crushed. And it wasn't just a defeat, it was a lesson. Messi didn't just beat them, he showed them there was another level, one that couldn't be reached with speed or strength, but with something deeper: vision, timing, a reading of the game that seemed out of this world. Ribery, pure explosion, found himself up against a player who disarmed him without touching him, who made him chase shadows. Now, how many players could say the same? How many stars of that era, brilliant in their leagues, idols for their national teams, ended up admitting that Messi was their biggest obstacle? Because we're not talking about a defender who suffered him in one match. We're talking about elite figures who, for years, tried to dethrone the best and couldn't. So, is it fair to say Messi ruined a generation? Or was he simply the impossible standard that forced everyone to improve? And here's where Guardiola comes in. Because if Messi was the weapon, Pep was the architect, the one who designed a system to make Messi shine like never before. Ribery knew it, lived it, and suffered it. Facing Messi meant facing an idea, a philosophy, a team that didn't just play well. It made you feel like you didn't belong, like football had evolved and you were left behind. But the most powerful part of all this isn't Ribery's quote. It's what it represents. It's the acknowledgement that there was an era when Messi was more than a player. He was a limit, a wall, a ceiling no one could break through. And coming from a champion like Ribery, that means a lot. Because it's not a fan talking. It's someone who was there, who tried, who got close, and in the end had to accept that it couldn't be done. Now think about it. If Messi was the problem for one generation, what does that mean for the next? What happens with Haaland, Mbappe, Bellingham? Will they live through the same thing? Or did Messi clear the path for others to shine without his shadow looming over them? And if Ribery admits it, how many others think the same but never say it? How many legends look in the mirror knowing that, because of Messi, their trophy shelves are emptier than they should be? Messi's success can't be explained only with goals, titles, or Ballon d'Ors. It's about context. He appeared in an era when football was becoming more physical, tactical, and robotic. And he, with his quiet demeanor, his shy walk, and his magical left foot, broke every mold. How can we explain that a player who doesn't shout, doesn't show off, doesn't chase cameras, has dominated the world's most popular sport for more than 15 years and is still a protagonist? The answer lies in his consistency. Messi didn't have a 3-year peak. He's had a plateau of excellence that keeps going. From 2008 until today, he's still one of the most decisive players on the planet. And that includes coaching changes, tactical shifts, teammates coming and going, media pressure, injuries, and painful defeats. How many stars have we seen shine for 2 or 3 seasons and then disappear? Messi endured, and not only that, he evolved. Because the 2009 Messi hugging the sideline isn't the same as the 2012 Messi breaking goal records, or the 2015 Messi turning into an assist machine. Or the 2022 Messi leading Argentina with wisdom and composure, and not even the same as today's Messi at Inter Miami, proving that football isn't measured only in speed or intensity, but in intelligence and sensitivity. Messi kept changing his role without losing his impact, and that's what makes him unique. He wasn't just a scorer, he was a creator, a silent leader, a strategist disguised as a forward. And if we talk about success, we must talk about pressure. Because Messi never played in the shadows, he's always been under the spotlight. Since he was 17, every step he's taken has been analyzed, compared, criticized. Is he better than Maradona? Can he win with Argentina? Is it only thanks to Xavi and Iniesta? And every time, without getting into arguments, he answered on the pitch. Every time they questioned him, he replied with an unforgettable performance. Remember the hat trick against Madrid? The goal against Athletic in the Copa del Rey final? The assist to Di Maria in the Copa America final? The chipped penalty against the Netherlands in Qatar? And now, every time he touches the ball in the US, how the stadium freezes. Messi never needed speeches. His football was his statement. And that, in a world where everything is shouted, sold, and exaggerated, is almost revolutionary. Because his success wasn't just athletic, it was cultural. Messi represents a way of understanding football that values talent, humility, and intelligence over marketing and provocation. So how do we measure that success? By 8 Ballon d'Ors? By over 800 goals? By titles with Barca, PSG, Inter Miami, and Argentina? Yes, all that matters. But there's something deeper. Messi achieved what very few ever do, being loved by entire generations, not just by Argentinians or Barca fans, but by rivals and neutrals alike. Because watching him play is an aesthetic experience. It's art in motion. And if we think about legacy, Messi's success doesn't end with his trophies. It starts there. Because he left a mark on how football is played, trained, and dreamed. Today, millions of kids want to be Messi, not for his fame, but for his style, his understanding of the game, his way of winning without stepping on others. So, what does Messi's success truly mean? It means being the best without ceasing to be yourself. It means changing football without shouting about it. It means proving that you can be a giant and still stay humble. And the most remarkable thing of all is that it's still happening in every match, every touch, every glance toward the horizon. So now I ask you, do you think we'll ever see another player who combines talent, consistency, and humanity like Messi? Or are we witnessing the final chapter of an unrepeatable phenomenon? If you love football told from the soul, subscribe. Because here, we don't just talk about goals. We talk about the stories that make us feel. And Messi, even today, is still writing his.